right, guys, here we go. Sneak peek at what's going on right now. Can you guys hear my voice? Can you guys hear my voice? I am staying close to the camera so you have an idea, a feeling of what's happening, how this room sounds. Now, this room only has all the insulation. We have no walls yet. You can hear how quiet this room is. Yeah? Are you guys ready? Okay. Can you hear my voice in this room now? Can you hear my voice in this room now? Yep. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? How we went from having a dead quiet room to a room that now has all this echo in place. It's like, I feel like I actually should have stayed like that instead of putting all this double drywall on this resilient channels. All this, by the way, is gonna be like, look, you can actually see it flex. I don't know if you can see it, but it flexes, the wall flex now. All of these walls flex like a base trap, like an absorber, if you will. But now you're having a look at the first room with a lot of echo. So here's what's funny. I have to now spend money to put acoustic treatments so that this room sounds like that room. Let's go back to the other room, guys. You guys are gonna find this video super interesting. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do me that favor, do that. Here we go. Wow, what a difference. Listen to this. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear the difference? This is ridiculous, right? Now you're seeing the madness. It makes no sense what we do as audiophiles. Zero sense. I almost feel like this is how our rooms should be, because they're super quiet. Of course, I know we can't really leave it without any sort of walls, because, you know, this is probably not healthy to inhale all of this crap, right? All this insulation and all the particles that come off of this. Once the AC turns on, it's going to be a disaster. You know, all of the particles that come off of this insulation, they're probably not great. I don't know. They may give us cancer. Who knows? I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying. But yeah, so this is like almost like I still cannot understand as to why we undo what we do here, if that makes sense. I still don't get it. Maybe you guys get it, but I don't get it. You know, this is only one room that we've done. Obviously, all the materials for the second room are here. This is actually what we have been, I think you guys saw this already. This is the sealant for sheetrock, and that's what's being placed in between each layer of sheetrock. That's what allows all of them to bond together perfectly. Here we go again. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. I don't understand this. I mean, comment below right now. Just give me some comments, guys. What do you guys think about this craziness? What do you guys think about this? I am still like laughing internally. I hadn't made a video. I had not made a video yet because I was like trying to figure out how to make a cool video for you guys and also explain what's going on here. But maybe you guys can give me your... I'm actually curious to hear your opinion in the comment section of this video. This is crazy. But anyway, look, I'm going to show you this now. Double drywalls. These are half inch thick. Okay, I know there is other thickness, but we utilize 1/2 inch sheetrock based on what the manufacturer told us, the actual acoustic science. That's what they advise we use, 1/2 inch together instead of the thicker drywall that is also commercially available. And so everything is done to specs. Even this year, I mean, every single screw that you see on the wall right there, every single one of them is like measured perfectly. You see these lines right there? All those lines are essentially the lines that tell the contractor where each stud is, okay? So now you have an idea of, you know, why all these lines exist. But anyway, I am just completely shocked at how everything is turning out now. I'm gonna give you a wider view so you have an idea, and that way you get to see what everything is looking like. I am pretty happy so far with the work that has been done here. No question about it. These guys have done everything possible to do this build to spec. I mean, they haven't really been cutting corners, and I certainly appreciate that. I know a lot of contractors out there, if you're watching me right now, and you're a contractor, you know what I'm talking about. Most of you all don't follow the rules, don't follow what your customers tell you to do because you have to do it by code, and I understand that. But as an audiophile, this channel, okay, you're gonna find a lot of clients that wanna do something interesting and special like this. You just gotta follow protocol. You gotta be willing to read instructions. You gotta be willing to ask questions as a contractor. You know, and then maybe you can land one of these projects with an audiophile out there in your neck of the woods. But you have to be willing to have a flexible mind in order to embark on something like this. And I know there are many of you out there who are going to say, oh, I've done this a million times. I do better work than what you're doing there, Jay. I understand that. I'm just gonna respond to you before you post below, before you comment, that I'm happy with what has been done here. Very content with the work. So for me, it doesn't make a difference how you do it. Just do something right. Just do it right. See the window? Those windows are double glazed, in case you're wondering. Yes, as a matter of fact, let me show you here. They're double glazed windows, okay? And we are not seeing any humidity, which is very lucky. We are very lucky to not see any humidity. I think the insulation is doing its work, what it's supposed to be doing, which I was afraid that we were seeing some condensation. But again, it is cooler right now here in Texas, so maybe I have to wait until the summer to see if these windows are gonna pull some sort of condensation. And if that happens, then we have to figure out what step B will be. But for the time being, what I am thinking about is figuring out what company to use to get some automated, like, you know, drapes there. I want to be able to push a button and just drop those automatically from my phone. So when if I don't want to see any sunlight in here, I can do that. But I'll be honest, I love the windows. I know I was against windows in the beginning of this build. I remember telling you all, I don't want any windows, I don't want any windows. But now that I have left them, I am super happy that I have left the windows. I think they're gonna give me a feel for the outside. I'm gonna be able to see some trees, you know, in natural sunlight. I mean, I think that's just, sometimes these rooms that people build that I have seen, man, they cause you to be claustrophobic, if I'm being honest. Man, I could see people having anxiety in rooms like that. Just, it's like the hole inside of a maximum security prison. You know, you don't see sunlight. And I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I've done that for a long time. This is going to be a better feeling, in my opinion. Take a look. Now we're back into the other room. And you see how that echo leaves? The echo just begins to leave. Yeah, there we go. So if you have any interesting thoughts about what you're hearing here, I would love to know what you guys are thinking. I just think it's, It's almost ridiculous to know that we're paying to go into this type of build instead of what we hear in here. Now I got to add more money to this room to quiet it down and get rid of that echo. As you can see, we've been doing all these putty pads this is going to stop. You see these gaps right there? That can make sound go from one room to the other room. So they have to kind of close them out, which they haven't done that yet. They're working on that so that one room hopefully does not talk to the other room, and keep both rooms running, hopefully with very little bleeding into each other, as far as the sound, that is, of course. So anyway, hopefully you guys like this update. Please comment below, give me your thoughts on what you're hearing now, and obviously check out my website, jaysaudiolab.com, for more ultra hi-fi equipment for sale. I'm going to be putting brand new products pretty soon. So thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.